Hello everyone. As in the previous videos, we have learnt about the formation of male gamete, formation of female gamete, and the process of transfer of male gamete up to the female gamete. In this video, we will discuss about the process of fertilization. As you all know that fertilization is the process of fusion of male and female gamete, but actually it is not so much simple. It takes place under various steps. For example, first is the pollen pistil interaction. When pollen grain lands on the stigma, then stigma releases some chemical which recognize that pollen grain is of right type or it is of wrong type. If the pollen grain is it of right type, then only the stigma allows pollen grain to germinate, means the formation of pollen tube starts. If the pollen grain is not of right type, then the stigma reject that pollen grain and doesn't allow the formation of pollen tube. So when stigma recognize that pollen grain is of right type, then germination of pollen tube starts. As you know that the outer layer of pollen grain, that is made up of sporopollenin, is not continuous. It leaves some spaces between it, because the spaces are known as germ pores, because the sporopollenin is very hard layer and it doesn't allow the formation of pollen tube. So when the stigma recognize that pollen grain is of right type, then only the germination of pollen tube starts, and pollen tube germinate from the germ pore. After that, there will be the growth of pollen tube. As you know that as you studied in the previous videos also, that in case of angiosperms, pollen grains are shed off at two-celled stage. But after that, when pollen tube formation starts, the generative cell, as you know that in these two cells, one is the vegetative cell and other one is the, you can see in this diagram also, there are two cells, one is generative cell and other is vegetative cell. So generative cells then divides and forms two male gametes, and after that they enters into the pollen tube. So in this we can see that there are three nucleus, two are the male gametes and one is the vegetative nucleus. After that, entry of pollen tube starts, means pollen tube formation takes place, then it enters into the ovule, or you can say up to the embryo sac. So this is the entry of pollen tube. You can see here, this is the pollen tube in pollen tube, and it enters the embryo sacs through this end. This is micropylar, and as I told you earlier, so this type of entry of pollen tube is known as porogamy. It is of three types: porogamy, chalezogamy, and mesogamy. Porogamy means when when pollen tube enters through the micropylar end, then it is known as porogamy. When it enters through chalazal end, means from this end directly if enters into the embryo sac, then it is known as chalezogamy. And mesogamy means when pollen tube enters through the integuments like from this side, or you can say this side also, then it is known as mesogamy. But in most of the angiosperms, pollen tube formation takes place, pollen tube enters through the micropylar end, means porogamy is most common. So you can see in this diagram that when pollen tube enters, then when pollen tube enters, there are two cells. These are two are synergids, these three are antipodal, these two are polar nuclei, and there is filiform apparatus. Filiform apparatus and synergids guides the pollen tube to enter into the embryo sac. After the entry, when pollen tube enters into the embryo sac, then fertilization takes place. Now comes to the process of fertilization. As I told you that there are two male gametes. So one male gamete fuses with one egg cell. The central one, this cell is the egg cell. One male gamete fuses with this egg cell and leads to the formation of zygote. Actually, male gamete and egg cell both are the haploid cells. So zygote is the diploid, and this process is known as syngamy. Another male gamete, as I told you that there are two male gametes, remember this. So another male gamete fuses with the polar nuclei. This one central part is the polar nuclei. You can see that I didn't write here 2n because they are not fused, they are separate. That's why I had written n plus n. When they fuse, they leads to the formation of PEN, that is primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus leads to the formation of endosperm. As there is the fusion of three nuclei, so primary endosperm nucleus is triploid in nature, and there is the fusion of three nucleus, so it is this process is known as triple fusion. I am repeating this, that one male gamete fuses with one egg cell leads to the formation of zygote, which is diploid in nature, and this process is known as syngamy. Another male gamete fuses with the polar nuclei leads to the formation of primary endosperm nucleus, which leads to the formation of endosperm, and endosperm is triploid in nature because there is the fusion of three nucleus, and this process is known as triple fusion. As you can see that two types of fertilization takes place, syngamy and triple fusion. So this whole process is known as double fertilization, and zygote gives rise to embryo and primary endosperm nucleus gives rise to endosperm. So this is the whole process of fertilization. In the next part we will take the formation of post fertilization events, which include the formation of endosperm, formation of embryo, etc. Thank you.